Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3, Layris Jungle Gate, blue team. AlphaLegion with a Force Commander, a versatile frontline hero, bringing offense, disruption and support for the Emperor, alongside Sparkky's Hive Tyrant, a durable hero, walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support that begins in melee with a basic synapse. I shall call you Alfredo. Rounding off the team, this is handsome Sodding telling us all about what Henry Cavill is up to, playing an Inquisitor. An offensive hero with powerful control, begins in melee, but can get specialized ranged weapons. On the red team, look who it is. Look, what is he doing? What does he think he's doing? This is me playing a Plague Champion who runs around and does stuff, I don't know. Alongside PickPacker's Mekboy, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of orky gadgets. And rounding off the team is Fear's Chaos Sorcerer, an offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. On the east side then, against the Force Commander, that's a fun matchup. In the mid, what's going on? Stompy Hive Tyrant. Is it double Termagants? It is. Oh, into some more Hormagaunts. And I am on that west side with some Chaos Space Marines and soon to be some Nurgle worship. There we go. Behind the heavy cover. You'll see handsome Sodding backing off here, as he should, because he's up against a Plague Champion in heavy cover and Nurgle worship. Back to the mid, though. Some shooty Termagants. Hive Tyrant looking to rotate. Maybe I can't even remember what happened. On the east side, shotgun scouts, Chaos Sorcerer getting tossed around all over the place, and double infiltrating worship heretics there. That was a nasty shotgun blast. Now the attacks move up. These guys might need to run soon. CSM being left alone though. You'd expect the Force Commander to tie them up perhaps. There's a Doom Blast and a run. Will they escape? Bolt Pistol? No, leaves them. Another Doom Blast. Attacks are getting really low. Can the CSM get one with their bolt guns? Not quite. All of that damage from the Doom Blast spread evenly, of course. Still trying to get one. Now the scouts go for the garrison. And the CSM probably just need to leave now, because the Force Commander is going to endlessly tie them up. They could go for this garrison here, I suppose, but they'd risk maybe getting grenaded. The Tyranids pushed all the way through the mid. Even decapped that wreck point. On the west side, I was pushed off. Big surprise. Lost a Marine to Hammer of the Witches, I think. Yeah, I lost two, actually. Fantastic start. I think I took too long to start getting into melee with those guardsmen. There's that Nurgle worship. Went into some Noise Marines. For those wondering, this was my first day. I think this was the second game of the day. My first day playing this game. Actually sitting down and playing multiplayer. For multiple years. Had a lot of stuff going on in my life, stressful things, especially in 2024, which I don't really get into on the channel because I want it to be about the video games. But it's no excuse. I should play the old Dawn of War 2 more. And you know what? It's pretty damn fun. I've got the Noise Marines. There's the Turn of War on the Chaos Space Marines there. Still got the Fault Heretics. With that handsome... really tried to take my node down rather than bashing gens. He might have been able to get a couple of gens there. Would have definitely got one. Sent by heretics into melee. He's got his Rosaria shield up on the Inquisitor. Oh, this is Death Core of Krieg DLC, by the way. And a multi-laser turret's up. Should I have sent those heretics in there? Probably not, you know. Probably should have had them held back and worshipping stuff. And here's a nice flank from PickPacker. Luckily, I did have two pretty damn strong and experienced players on my side to carry me here. Noise Marines make short work of that turret. Some warriors hanging around here. I think I'm able to get all the way through onto the power on this little push. Big thanks to PickPacker. He's got a pain boy up, looks like. Sentinel's being chased a bit. Does have the ground pound. Double Termagants, yet both with toxin sacks, but no... Oh, I spoke too soon. Adrenal glands are coming through for both of the Hormagaunts. Warrior Brood still in their default melee mode. Chaos Space Marines of Fear in danger of being flanked quite hard here. They're really far forward. Killed a Tactical Marine. Sorcerer may go down. Killed two Tacs. And the Sorcerer escapes. We've got Havocs up here for Fear. Handsome Sodding got artillery spotters to mess with my stuff. And I bashed a single generator. Well done. Noise Marine went down. Plague Champion's busy capping here. Or rather decapping. There's some Nurgle worship. I gave these guys grenade launchers. Looking back now, with a little top-down view here, I feel like I should have either gone aggressive and got raptors to suppress this stuff and jump in. Yes, they would have been counter-initiated by the stomp and also potentially by an Inquisitor, but I think it would have been a good aggressive move. Otherwise, I should have maybe got double grenade launcher heretics, would have been good. But I decided to go and wait for tier 2 from now. Paranoid about going tier 2 too late, having to like face a Bane Wolf or something. So I lost 2 Noise Marines there. Chaos Space Marines flee. So did the Heretics. The Plague Champion went down. And that was just a sloppy fight all around for me. Gormagaunt's grabbing our VP, which isn't cool. Sluggers escape. Painboy in a bit of trouble maybe here. Heals himself and runs and makes it. Nicely judged by PickPacker. Over on the east side. By the way, this was just a public game that I jumped into. Handsome Sodding was hosting a few in a row. Assault Squad. Get the Havocs. I think those CSM are maybe a bit low to try and fight them in melee. And those shotgun blasts are always really well timed by AlphaLegion here. Heretics with an aspiring champion for fear. Doom blasting the Force Commander. Some Doom bolts. That was a good hit on those Assault Marines. Since they're a melee unit, they're unlikely to be in cover and negating that stuff. Scouts in a bit of trouble. Devastators are facing the wrong way, which is just something that happens in Dawn of War 2 sometimes. I think it happened to me in this game, actually. I get Havocs later on, and it seemed like more than once they decided to face the wrong direction. What's going on the west side? The resource lane here. I killed a spotter, I think, there. Yeah, there's tier 2 for Handsome Sodding. I am floating, I think. Yep, classic Indrid move. Even after years away, I float like crazy. There's that smoke, which is very annoying. Decide to push out of it. The Plague Champion's back on his feet with Mucus Discharge. Did I rebuy? Or did I get revived by the mech? I think I got revived. I think I did. Yeah, decided to be a bit more aggressive with my CSM. Try and shut down this range damage, maybe. Inquisitor gets a really good special. Artillery spotters hit my heretics and I get 2v1'd. I think I get out alright, though. Yes. Did I even drop a model there? I dropped a Noise Marine, okay. Hive Tyrant has improved Synapse and Bioplasma. East side is uncapped. Mekboy's here, look, with his Death Gun supporting. In fact, all of the Orks are here, so we're going to probably see Sparkky rotate across. No, he's pushing through a mid, okay. 443 to 373. That Death Gun will suppress infantry, and he can teleport around while it's set up, which is handy. Finally, I go tier 2. I wonder if I should have got a Blood Crusher going out. I was, you know what? Maybe it would have been good. Fear knows what he's doing. He's got a Blood Crusher coming through. So it would have forced... I was just worried about, I thought it would just be... The Inquisitor would just call in anti-armor stormtroopers on my Blood Crusher and it would just be done for in, like, the first engagement. But maybe it would have been worth it. If I could get a full gen bash with my Blood Crusher pressure or something. There's the Git Source heal on the Shooter Boys, thanks to the Painboy. Hive Tyrant still level 1. Has my Plague Champion leveled? No, of course he hasn't. This is the Artillery Spotters getting themselves some vision. I was like, is he doing that for a Manticore? Wasn't the case. Does have a missile launcher. I decided to go after these bastards because they're really annoying me. And maybe make Handsome Sodding take decisions about movement he doesn't want to take. He's got a whole bunch of guardsmen here, 12 models per, with Commissar and Sergeant. So I was expecting plasma guns. Threatening my heretics with a stomp. Doesn't go through with it. Maybe it's on cooldown. Or he's just trying to fake me out. But yeah, there's the barrage. Does it get a knockdown? Nope. Too long. They were moving. Yeah, the frag missiles are really bad news for my heretics, but I have flanked around. Almost killed those spotters, actually, and now I'm getting a couple of gens at least. In fact, I may get a full bash here. Meanwhile, Painboy coming through. 443 to 304. Fully upgraded double shooters there. There's that Blood Crusher doing work. A Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut. Counts as a demon, got vehicle armor, good speed, good damage. Got some cool abilities too with Demonic Roar to scare off enemies and also a charge. But it is quite fragile to anti-vehicle, and there's some heavy melee warrior brood fellas in there going after it. Which means they're giving a big melee synapse bonus. Oh, I think I Noxious Cloud these guys to death. And apparently Handsome had lag there, which is maybe why I got a full kill. But that was a full... And I think they have plasma... Yeah, these guys had plasma guns, look. It's a full 12-man Guardsman squad with plasmas I took out with my Noxious Cloud. Very pleased with that, because the other guys haven't been upgraded yet. We have Marco Zint CSM for Fear. And there's that Power Bash. Can they get it all? I had very little awareness of what was going on this side. Looks like they're going to get a full bash. That's nice. Weird Boy's capping, and now the Mekboy can be revived by the Chaos Sorcerer. Also, this was taken by that Pain Boy. Sluggers with their burners and Knob Leader on the Inquisitor. Where's her shield? There it is. Gets a good special attack as well. Sluggers have to run. This is... Yeah, I think I got a full... I got all the gens. I don't think I got the node. But they were all just repurchased there. 424 to 303. Weird Boy using his Warp Vomits. Hitting those Assault Marines there who do have their Thunder and Lightning. Very rarely that you see the blind grenades used. But the Melter Bomb's amazing. Rod of Warp Fire for the Sorcerer. Do you have a weapon yet? Hive Tyrant? No. Alfredo chucking out that Bioplasma. Does that do friendly fire? Got a Genes to the Brood. There's some Tzeentchian worship for the Blood Crush. I don't know if he wants to go in here though, because those heavy melee warriors. There's some good suppression. Weird Boy's fantastic to have here, but he's out of energy, look. Needs a bunch of Orc boys around him using their War to get good energy back. Does have Warpath. Maybe means that PickPacker's got his eyes on a Knob squad or two. Blood Crusher's still alive, really good usage by Fear. Look at this. Anti-armor Stormtroopers are in and they're stealing the power. I've rotated to the mid now, got some Plague Marines up because they're amazing. Very easy to use unit. Tough, good for capping. Can help you with vehicles and all sorts of stuff. Do I get a decap here? I think I tried to trade power now. There's some more Nurgle worship. There's the Breath of Nurgle heal. Yeah, send the Plague Champion onto the VP, and I think I try to get these guys onto the power. And there's my Havocs. With a Heavy Bolter, we're pushed back on the east side, though. Weird Boy. Friendly fire there. It's a Thunderhammer Force Commander with Artificer and a Teleporter pack. A massive pain in the ass to deal with. Could maybe get Robes of Torment, but is that an overcorrection to deal with the Force Commander? I mean, there's still an Assault Squad around. And there's, in fact, there's a whole bunch of melee Tyranid stuff, so I think Robes of Torment might be a good shout. Looks like Fear's maybe looking for tier 3, though. Doesn't want to spend more right now. Blood Crusher gets in, and there's that Tzeentchian worship healing him up and also infiltrating him. And if he's not infiltrated, he'll get the partially revealed bonus, which is like 20% less range damage or something. It's quite nice. Which is why it is worth worshipping these fellas, even if they're in a firefight. Force Commander went down. What's going on in the mid? I run for my life against a whole bunch of Tyranids. There's a Plague Marine explosion. And I got tier 3. I was so excited to be tier 3 that I decided to save up for a Great Unclean one. Even though it's probably not a good shout because these guys can get plasma guns. These guys already have melters. And of course, he can get tanks and kind of outmaneuver, and he can get Inferno Pistol. A lot of good ways to mess up a Great Unclean one, but that's just... I think, you know, every faction has a ways to mess it up. So I think that's my next unit, I think. Spoiler alert. Yeah, look, this was stolen and noded, so PickPacker's helping me get it back. Why don't you help shoot it? There we go. 392 to 249. Big old Warp Vomit in the mid. Painboy getting the VP back. I come mid to help out with stuff. I don't know what I'm doing here. What are you doing here, Mr. Plague Champion? Too many things. 2 here, please help, says AlphaLegion. Are there 2 there? PickPacker's on my side, isn't he? Oh, those shooter boys were over there, maybe. Weird boy. Decent hits. That was a good knockback. What's the Plague Champion up to? Scares off the Hormagaunts. They really should have scared him, I think. Inquisitors in here being a pain in the ass. My CSM have dropped a model somehow. Maybe it was Hammer of the Witches or something. Heretics trying to cap. Havoc's also dropped a model. There's a stomp. Plague Marines are trying to get shots on the old Sentinel, but it's been repaired and all that. And is anyone capping the power, Indrid? It's not happening. Heretics were capping it. I thought the Plague Marines were already on it, but they weren't. Bloody spotters get away again. And here's some Kashyyykin now. Of course, these guys can also get Plasma or Melter and mess up my Great Unclean One. These guys died. I did try to ping over here, but I guess PickPacker was busy elsewhere with stuff. Not sure exactly. 359 to 249 on the old VPs. This is turning blue. So we do have 110-ish VPs to make up. Missile launch attacks are in here. The Blood Crusher is still going though, being chased by Rippers, and Rippers slow stuff down on hit. So they are useful to just chuck out sometimes. Assault Squad with a Sergeant doing their fancy merciless strike stuff. And there's a big retreat off, I think, the east side for us. What is this though? Oh, Weird Boy's still here. And there's Havoc's inside the garrison. Looks like they already ate a grenade and toughed it out. Can you suppress something in a garrison? These guys don't seem to have the flashing icon like they are suppressed, but they're also not firing. So I'm not sure what's going on with those fellas. They're having a little break in their bunker. Oh, we got Crushing Claws, Hive Tyrant now. Alfredo's not messing around any longer. The Blood Crusher lives though somehow. Oh, looks like I've pushed up the west side. How did that happen? Spotters continue to be a pain in the ass with their smoke and all that. The CSM are low. Where's my Plague Champion at? Oh, there he is, healing him. Look, lost the indicator for this guy. I now have fetid armor for Unholy Stench because I think it's amazing. And it's a cheap piece of war gear too, and it's going to be helpful if I get jumped by these Tyranids. Also, just to help mess with the Inquisitor a bit. Maybe I should have got that earlier actually, because the Inquisitor was a big problem in melee early on. Now she's got her fancy pistol and Purgatus. Yeah, Great Unclean was on the way. I think the better pick... Where did I just spend my... Oh, I think I just chucked a Noxious Cloud on the east side. Yeah, if I didn't chuck 2 Noxious Clouds down, I think Terminators would have been decent. Yes, the Inquisitor can mess with Terminators quite a lot by stunning them and all sorts of things. But if I chuck the autocannon on them, they can just stand around and shoot things quite well, I think. Brood Nest going up there. It's a global ability of the Hive Tyrant. These guys can reinforce off it now. Great Unclean One is a-coming. Flash gets up for PickPacker. Everyone's tier 3 and ready to go. What is this? Pain Boy's been doing a lot of good decapping there. Spotters decapping here. You'll come over to have a word. And they flee. So I'll go back to my lane. At some point on this map, you tend to rotate mid. This is a reskin of Argus Desert Gate that I did, by the way. There's also a snowy one. Great Unclean One on the way for Fear. I didn't even realize he had one. Well, did I? Who knows? It was like 2 days ago that I played this game. Think I'm going to remember anything about what other players did? There's a Melter Bomb on the Blood Crusher, which is still going for Fear. Looks like it's quite depleted now, though. Blood Crusher's not going to make it out of here, I don't think. There's Venom Brood there. Down it goes. Oh, Fear's down to 2 units. I didn't realize that happened. That's quite rough. Can he kill a Warrior Brood? There we go. And another. See, I had dreams of like waltzing over here and building a turret or something and being useful, but nope. I don't think I ever set foot on the east side the entire game. Here's my Great Unclean One. Isn't he quite great? And unclean. He's a greater demon, so benefits greatly from worship. Powerful in melee, passively damages nearby enemies, and he's got some cool abilities too. Killed that fella pretty good. He doesn't actually do splash damage with his melee attacks, which is a change they made ages ago now. Not sure what the thinking behind it was. Maybe they thought he's good enough against groups of units because of his abilities and things. And they did up the damage of the attack when they did that, so he's a bit better against single targets. So I decided to waddle in here, I remember this, and take out the Sentinel. I imagine Handsome Sodding just wasn't paying attention here, or paid attention too late. So I do get that. And then I chuck some vomit onto those fellas, which doesn't kill a model, but it felt good. And then I leave. I have to walk all the way back. Played Champions trying to decap over here. But the Handsome Soddings push through the mid look with Kashyyykin and with Stormtroopers. And they've both got melters and melter bombs. And it's going to be bad news for my Great Unclean One, let me tell you. Is it time to get these Noise Marines, a Blast Master? I quite like them with the Sonic Blaster a lot. So I tend to keep them with it for a while. Face the correct direction here, Indrid. There we go. 352 to 80. We're down to 80 VPs. Bloody hell. Do have the east side. There's an orbital going on, though. There's that Great Unclean One taking las cannon shots. Double cap. Big old booms. And there's some Zechian worship for it. Kicking off in a mid, is it? I grabbed the VP. Look at that. Now I've got an aspiring champion for my CSM. They got to level 3, so I thought they deserved it. Will also make them better at approaching in melee. Well, better at getting into melee, but there's a Baneblade. Great. I'm not set up fantastically against this. I have Plague Marines, I suppose, and I do get, yeah, a las cannon going straight away, which is a hard anti-vehicle weapon. I should have got a Blast Master now, maybe, as well. Plague Marines get a shot, then they get suppressed by the heavy bolters that are on the Baneblade. What level are you, Mr. Force Commander? Level 4. Oh, my Plague Champion's there. I wonder what that was. That was the Breath of Nogel going off, I guess. 288 to 80. Thankfully, I retreated before that big mega battle cannon shot went in. Or whatever that thing's called. Force Commander's battle crying in amongst some Orks. Do you guys have blasters? Is that a blaster? Yeah. Flashkit's got blasters. Warp Vomit sends him packing. I backed off a bit too far here. Not realizing that PickPacker was going to go in. Getting my units back out onto the field. There's my Great Unclean One. Fear's still got his too. With some vomits. I think I tried to use the Foul Snare at some point and it bugged out. And then I'd never bothered trying to use it again. It always bugs out to me. Especially on the first use of it, I think. It seems to be... They've tried to fix that thing so many times over the years. Seems to happen when you're moving a lot. Maybe if you stand still and try and do it, it'll be better. Down goes Alfredo, the Hive Tyrant. Oh, we did get some Terminators up here for Fear. That's quite cool. Land Ready Redeemer coming through for AlphaLegion now. And a Neurothrope is up. Another great tool to have against Great Unclean Ones, doing percentage-based damage over time. Looks like a Purgatus went off, and my Noise Marines got exploded by the Demolisher Cannon. Survived, but pretty badly exploded. Trying to put some pressure on the Baneblade. I should have just gone after these guys. There's some Nurgle Worship. Try and get this guy back to safety. Las Cannon moving in. Hell Fury takes out... Was that my Noise Marines? Dang it, it was. And I think Fear... Is this where Fear saves my Great Unclean One? With his warp? Demolisher Cannon. Kills my Plague Marines. Yep. Really, really bad engagement for me. And there's Fear saving my Great Unclean One. But these guys go down. 5 hit points. 3. They survive. Look at that. 252 to 80. That's just me saying thank you to Fear for warping this guy out. His Great Unclean One's still alive. What did I lose there? Noise Marines. Was that it? I lost Plague Marines. These are new Plague Marines now. It's a miracle I hadn't lost a squad by then. There's some Zechian worship on that guy. Might need to get him back to base though, or it's going to take a while to heal up just from worship. Look at this. Fully bashed and decapped my power, and because these guys are so bloody quick, I couldn't get them in melee. But my Plague Marines are capping. Oh, my Plague Champion's down as well. 227 to 80. We're hanging on to a 2-to-1 cap. No thanks to me. I'm not even helping in the mid right now. What the heck am I doing? These guys got chased all the way back to the Baneblade and took huge amounts of damage. The Gartus, oh, rocket run on PickPacker. Big hits. Big hits, 213 to 80. I spent a bunch of my red on those two Noxious Clouds. They are 200 each to use those things. I think the second one definitely wasn't worth it, but the first one I got that wipe on it. I think that was worth. Not a whole lot I can do here. Got to wait for backup, get some Nurgle worship out. Send in the Great Unclean One. There's a Paroxysm, which is bad news. And there's Plasma here, and Melters. Yeah, just a bad place to be for my Great Unclean One. Should have got Terminators, although I didn't have the red, did I? I should have just stayed in tier 2. Just stay tier 2, get Plague Marines, get Havocs. Don't lose your Noise Marines. That's what I should have done. What has tier 3 done for me, really? Nothing. Great Unclean One hasn't done much. I guess he's soaking up damage for me. Inquisitor's level 4. Has Liber Heresius in. 2-1 against us. Nurgle Worship. Someone's capping. Is that the Mekboy? Mekboy's capping. Great Unclean One going in there. Trying to do something to this Baneblade. I was too preoccupied, I think, with this Baneblade. Should have been sending that big fella onto some infantry, maybe. I am getting some las cannon shots, but I think my Great Unclean One's done for now. At least I got them off our VP a little bit, but that is clutching at straws in terms of a good point. Some sneaky commandos back there not being used right now. What are your CSM doing, Indrid? Were they on melee mode, maybe? Great Unclean One dies. Plague Marines are getting shots in. The Champion's still down. And now I have a genius idea of getting a Dreadnought with Mark of Tzeentch. Which, yeah, wasn't a great idea. There's a Baneblade. There's Melter Guns, you idiot. So I wanted something that could do anti-vehicle damage and could soak up some damage as well, you know? But I don't know if that was a good pick. Just like more Havocs and more Plague Marines, I think was the way to go. Maybe even Melter Raptors would have been the way to go. But I've gone for me Dreadnought. Oh yeah, I do spot a Manticore over here. And I think I tried to send my Plague Marines over there all the way around to go after it. But by the time they get there, it's long gone, I think. I seem to recall. 154 to 70. Oh, I think Fear just subjugated the Neurothrope. Level 9 Sorcerer. What level is the Plague Champion? Level 3. Good one. Mekboy's level 4. 1-1 cap now. Many things dying over here with Chaos Terminator demoralization stuff going on. Those guys barely got away, actually. The Kashyyykin. That was close. Land Raider Redeemer also took a bunch of damage. We have our own VP at least, but the Baneblade just parked here, daring me to do something about it. My Plague Marine's still running up this side. The Manticore's long gone, you idiot. It's gone mid. I figured it has, so I tried to get around for a flank, but it's actually facing the correct bloody way even to not take a rear armor hit. Artillery spotters get a decap. There's my genius move of getting a Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought. There's artillery spotters. I have no idea what's here, so I didn't run into this. I should have just gone after these guys. I thought there was a whole army right behind them, but there wasn't. Okay, Plague Champion's on the cap. Those guys eat us shots. And here come the Tyranids, which isn't great. Manticore's getting a shot over here, is it? I thought I heard it. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here's my Plague Marines with their genius idea. Oh, I think he hit my Plague Marines with the Manticore. That's what happened. And now these guys don't make it out. Nope. He chucked Paroxysm just on my single Plague Marine. Well, I got the VP back at least. Try cap mid, says Handsome, because Fear's doing an amazing job on the east side. With, of course, PickPacker support. Considering Fear was down to 2 units at some point. where I've kind of fallen apart in the late game. There's a Frenzied Barrage, got some good suppression there. And I decide to try and put a turret up with a las cannon on it. This Baneblade is a pain in the ass. Demolisher almost gets my Havocs there. Here comes a Mekboy. And some Rocket Commandos. I did not want to push my Dreadnought up too much more than that. Uh-oh, paroxysm over here. The screen is shaking because of the Mega Rumbler. 106 to 58. I get myself some more Havocs. I think I go for Mark of Corn on the other one. A bit more of a anti-everything upgrade. Did the last cannon turret hit the Inquisitor there? She puts Judgment on my Dreadnought and I replace my... Oh yeah, I remember now. I think my Heretics got blasted by a Baneblade shot and it just killed them all in one shot at some point. Tried to replace them. 91 to 58. Great and Clean One number 3 on the way for Fear. Turret's gone down. Didn't really do much. Where's my Plague Champion? Oh, he's busy repairing. Okay. There's a Frenzy Barrage, which is generally not very good at hitting vehicles because it spreads so far. But I got a bit of suppression off it as well. Look, all this stuff got suppressed. Okay, here's the Auto Cannon Havocs. And there's the Las Cannon Havocs. And my Dreadnought, I think, is just going to go down here. Down it goes. Las Cannon's getting a few hits, but here comes the bloody Manticore Strike. Doesn't hit the Las Cannon. Oh, it does. Of course it bloody did. 91 to 52. 2-to-1 cap against us. Ork has a lot of units on the field. He seems to be losing quite a lot of models for each engagement. I mean, I can talk. Just trying to get my Las Cannons to shoot something. Shoot the Baneblade, fellas. Nope. No more shooting the Baneblade for you. Fear says you lost a lot at the top. Push mid. Well, good luck with that, because all of our heroes are down. I am down to 3 units. I just can't deal with this Baneblade whatsoever, apparently. Yeah, the Dreadnought was a big mistake. I could have got a couple more Plague Marines out for that power expenditure. Which is what I do now. Melter Raptors maybe as well, as I said before. There's the game. 'Twas a double cap at the end. GG indeed. Let's look at these heroes, eh? Level 5, sorry, Force Commander. Level 8 Hive Tyrant with those big old crushing claws. The bane of my existence, Handsome Sodding's Inquisitor was level 5. My Plague Champion, hey, you got level 4. I'll take it. Almost level 5 Plague Champion. And the amazing Sorcerer was level 10. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game. I'll try to get good. And I'll see you guys next time. It's not going to happen, is it?